Up at the top, we have Death to Llamas, and pays Evelynn child support. inFe playing as Judgment, Kayle, Painkillar playing as Jax, CaptnBuwberry playing as Obsidian Malphite, Nothing Left to Lose playing as Ashe, Llamas playing as Warwick. I'm Gandair, casting with me is...
Phrank.
And Phrank, who do we got on the bottom side of the map?
On the bottom, that is Death to Llamas. Oh, wait. No, yes, that's Death to Llamas. And we've got Ryze, Lulu, Vayne, Totemic Maokai, and Poppy being played by, respectively, TempestEP, Wawix, vNak, ForgedLife, and Halfhearted. And, keeping my eye out, like I said, on that Lulu, but the other Yordle on the map right now is going to be Poppy, and that's one that we've seen banned every single game up until this point, so this is going to be super exciting to see, and I think that's really the champion that I think everybody's a little bit concerned with right now.
Yep. Poppy is, she's a disaster on two very short legs, and her burst potential, even if she just dives and just devastating blows someone, if that happens to Ashe or Kayle, they have to leave that fight if they're not just dead. Jax, take a chunk out of Jax's health. It's Warwick and Malphite that aren't going to get the bad end of that, but you got to be checking those bushes, because if you're Kayle or Ashe and you're just kind of hitting that speed shrine and heading up to the top, I mean, there's a good chance Poppy will just come out and obliterate you, and then all of a sudden the odds are all whacked out.
Yeah, that will not be a pretty picture, and we have seen a lot of bushwhacking being done here, and I don't doubt that Poppy is going to be the queen and king, depending on what gender you guys actually think Poppy actually is. I know I've seen a couple of cosplays by men for the Poppy, so depending on what your stance is, she's going to be either the king and or queen of the bushwhacking this game, and most likely the tower diving as well, considering with that ultimate, man, she's going to be able to roll in there and just pound out some characters. I'm excited here, so off we go. The game is underway, and it looks like the way these guys are lining up, let's take a look here. Who is going which way here? It looks like for Death to Llamas, it's going to be Ryze going bottom, and on the opposite end, they have not actually revealed or stuck anyone down there yet.
No, not quite yet, but I'm sure everything will reveal itself in just a moment. We got a lot of boots and pro items coming up for everyone. Prospector's Blades, Prospector's Ring, Thorns, for Malphite. We got Catalyst, Ryze. No boots, Catalyst, Ryze. That's something that happens. Just get that level very, very quickly at the beginning of the game. So it adds a little bit of hit point and mana regen for that initial fight. And depending upon how long that fight goes on, maybe for the second one thereafter. Looks like Maokai might be going a similar way. See the HP and mana crystals on him as well. Everyone loads up the pots. Yeah, that's a pretty standard thing. You want to have that healing in that initial fight. The second you take damage, you just want to smack one of those keys and get it rolling. And looks like we're gonna have Ashe bottom and Ryze bottom. Ashe she's got the range. She can do some harass. But I think that Ryze's harass would be much more efficient than hers is.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I think any time that Ashe steps in to take an auto attack, which she'll most likely do with that initial crit, trying to land that on the Ryze instead of one of the minions, I definitely think she's going to be looking for that, but Ryze is going to be able to counter so freaking hard. He's got a level 2 overload, and his Rune Prison is level 1 too, so he's saving up for that. He doesn't have his E yet for that extra cooldown, but the action is underway, and top lane, excuse me, is where we're definitely looking right now, as we have Warwick trying to step in there, Malphite getting off that Q, trying to get off that slow, and in we go. Lulu doing so much poke damage. Like I said, she's going to be able to do so freaking much, and it looks like she will go for that AP build, as they have switched sides here. Maokai and Warwick are starting to trade with each other here, but a lot of damage being done, and now Vayne going to be the first one to go down here. Limes on Warwick going down super low. Lulu will pick that one up, but Lulu is going to get away with that shield as well as the speed up, but no, Malphite with the slow is going to back off of her. Half-Hearted on Poppy. Poppy not able to do as much damage as she would have liked to, and she's going to have to back off here, trying to delay the capture there, but Maokai with the revive as well as Lulu just waiting around, trying to get up to that top lane, and now Jax finally trying to chase down Halfhearted with that health relic, though, is going to be able to get away here as the action continues in this top lane.
Yep, with those revives bringing Vayne and Maokai back up into the fight. Vayne's first impulse immediately to chase Kayle off that point, but now she's turning around and having to retreat as Painkillar and Llamas are doing a lot of damage. Halfhearted very low on hit points, but low hit point Poppy is still a force to be reckoned with because of that burst. And we got Jax initiating in right there, jumping, and he's going to get forced away too. Maybe going to get picked off by Wawix? No, not quite. He's going to get away. We got the Reckoning going down from Kayle. Abilities going off left, right, and center. It looks like Vayne and Maokai are going to be able to chase CaptnBuwberry out of the fight there. And PECS is able to secure the windmill after a fairly lengthy engagement. ForgedLife trying to scissor over neutral at this point, but I don't think he's going to have the time to do it.
Yeah, definitely a super long fight up at that top lane, and we can see Ryze here trying to trade with that Ashe, but unfortunately after the Q and the W, his it does not come back on cooldown, but here we go, Poppy jumping in there, trying to pick up nothing left to lose, and as she is focusing down TempestEP on that Ryze, not able to pick up that kill though, as she will get picked off there. Now the Storm Relic is going to go onto Maokai here, and he's going to walk around with that, trying to look for something to engage on, and the sapling will find Kayle going for this, but she will pick that Relic up, and she will get away quite okay. But now the engaging is happening in the middle of the field here. Maokai puts up his ultimate and is trying to get down as much damage as possible. Damn, he's huge, and he's run out of mana, though, so he's only got that auto attack, which is really not going to do much good right now.
No, it's not. We had nothing left to lose with a very quick revive after getting killed down bottom, and he's back in the fight already. We got a Halfhearted dashing into the fight, but not quite doing the damage that he was looking to do there. Going to chase inFe away, and nothing left to lose. Trying to pick off Poppy, but not quite going to be able to do so. No, missing it just very, very narrowly. Lime's diving now to get Halfhearted, and is successful in doing so. Now focusing on vNak, and it looks like Vayne's just going to go ahead and get on out of there. Lime's taking a lot of damage also and getting chased from the fight. Buwberry now showing up to assist here, but he looks like he's just going to regroup with his buddies and walk away. ForgedLife low on mana, forced to take a trip back to the summoner pad to reload.
Yeah, everybody getting down extremely low there, running out of mana, HP, absolutely everything, and now they have a little bit of money in the bank, so they're going to go back and shop, come back nice and clean and fresh, brand new pair of underwear, and come back into this fight. But taking a look at things, it looks like PECS has held on to that top point, as Painkillar, staying up at that top lane, is doing work, actually, holding that one out. The rest of his team is going to run in here, but Ashe, down at bottom lane, is going to pick up Ryze right on top of that health relic, so she really got the job done there. And that exchanging that I thought was going to go really one-sided to Ryze's favor did not go that way, as now more engaging happening. Maokai jumping in here, again popping up his ultimate in a great position, but that really drains his mana, so he's going to let that go. And the engaging still happening here. The exhaust on Kayle, she's going to go down to Vayne, and how is this going to go? Poppy so freaking strong with that passive, getting away with next to no health every single time, and Painkillar looping around trying to find that kill, but Poppy knows better than that, and she will just go ahead and head back now with this top point here, the windmill, under siege potentially. No, Malphite's just going to run up there with that health relic, and so much action happening constantly in the brush areas here.
Yep, getting routed by PECS there. Death Llamas slowly losing that engagement. And things seem to be moving at only a moderate pace. There's a lot of action going on, but all the fights tend to be very, very long, very, very drawn out. It seems that, you know, the burst, we're not really quite seeing a lot of that yet. Even the fight down bottom, which is going on right now, Ryze with that rune prison, he's going to get exhausted, he's going to start backing off there, nothing left to lose, going to go chase him, got the hawk shot division, Buwberry coming down there, able to get that damage off on him while able to see, and Ryze is going to get picked off. ForgedLife comes down here to try and defend this point, and he's going to hang out with Wawix down at the bottom over there.
Yeah, and speaking of things that sound like Wawix, Warwick is going to come in here onto Wawix and try to find him, but they do catch it, so it's 3 characters versus 2 here. Vayne's going to get jumped on and pounded out, as up at the top here, Lulu with that slow, like I said, the kiting ability just so strong, with the Starks, Zeke's, Zeke's Herald on the Lulu. Going to be going for, like I said, actually is going to switch into that attack speed build with a little bit of ability power to go with it. inFe now getting jumped on by Halfhearted, and Halfhearted, though, not getting the job done there, will get picked off by Jax. And meanwhile, across the board here, Warwick is going to help to pick up Maokai and is going to help to take out TempestEP on Ryze here as well. Nothing left to lose. Going to pick that one off. And now this is going to be the Boneyard lost as well.
Yep. We had Poppy maybe extending a little bit too far there and costing a little bit there. Almost getting that. Yes, finally getting the cap on that point. We got Painkillar jumping onto vNak, but vNak being saved by Lulu right there at the end there. Painkillar with the invulnerable from Kayle, gonna live just a little bit longer. Halfhearted diving in, putting some damage on people, and gonna push them off of that point, gaining it back very, very quickly. But while this was all going on, down at the bottom end of the map, it looks like TempestEP lost that point and is just now recapturing it. Ashe, depending upon how fast she gets there, might be able to stop that from happening. No, looks like she's gonna let it go. Middle of the map, however, ForgedLife trying to get that relic, but he's going to get interrupted by Llamas there, and he's going to go ahead and initiate onto him, trying to delay so that Vayne can pick up that Storm Shield, and is able to secure that. Vayne with the Storm Shield is quite a force to be reckoned with, as she can put off a lot of damage. And you get that little lightning bolt effect that comes off that Storm Shield for that extra hit on top. And you can see her right now waiting in the bushes, looking for a really good time to engage. Blueberry is going to chase her out of there. However, Wawix with the polymorph is going to back out of there. Limes and Blueberry up in the front for a moment. Oh, now they're hanging out in the bushes. We got Painkillar, inFe, Blueberry, everyone from PECS kind of hanging out. Limes down behind in the bushes, going to pinch them right in the middle, getting caught in between Wawix and vNak. We got the Condemn kicking Limes right out of the fight to try and get him away, but it's not going to help. vNak getting taken out very, very quickly. Wawix going to make it to the summoner pad. Be careful, there's a laser. Don't stand in it. No one does. And Lulu's going to get picked off as well, which is going to enable them to capture the drill.
Yeah, and meanwhile, a really epic duel happening there between Jax and Poppy, and more epic duels happening down at bottom, as nothing left to lose, going to get picked off yet again, but it looks like another point here, the drill being lost to PECS, and 470 now to 165, not a good situation here for Death to Llamas, as they are just really, really far behind here. Warwick is going to help to pick up Ryze, and ForgedLife on Maokai is going to be able to walk away here. But now with another point under contention, Blueberry running in there on his Malphite, and Vayne really having a hard time with that Malphite, as that extra armor on him is just super strong, and it's not going to, she's not going to be able to pick that one up. But Kayle, in the meantime, going to go down, and we may have the first small break in this game.
Yeah, up here at the top, if Vayne can keep Blueberry away, got the Condemn, does a little bit of work for that, but looks like, oh, no, Poppy's going to go ahead and knock him back as well. A little bit of a stun going off there. Can kite him back just a little bit, maybe get a Condemn stun off as well. Up happens again. Malphite gets knocked down right there, and it looks like they are going to be able to secure the windmill. Down at the bottom, unfortunately, TempestEP getting dived by Painkillar and Limes. He is going to lose that point. And currently his revive is down, so he's not going to be able to immediately turn around and get that. And Poppy and Vayne, they recall immediately to get back down there, but it is not going to be in time because the minions helped push that point over the edge just before they got there.
Yeah, actually there were two kills that happened there all at once. And it was the Ashe on the Maokai on the left side of the map, really doing work on that Maokai and picking that kill up. Meanwhile, up at the windmill here, it looks like Kayle trying to contest that as Halfhearted gets chased all the way across the map. And you said that he plays that Blueberry plays a pretty good Malphite. He's really doing extremely well against this team, as nobody wants to engage with him. Poppy trying to do what she can, but gets Ashe arrowed in the back, and she's trying to get away there, but too much slow coming up from these two characters. Top point actually gets neutralized here, so Lulu trying to pick that one up without taking that one down, but the double kill coming out from Ashe, as now all the characters pretty well are pointed towards that top lane. Kayle with the ultimate is going to try to heal herself up. Maokai will get picked off there, and in the meantime, Ashe picks up Lulu. Warwick picks up Maokai, and down bottom lane, it looks like the character was lost as well.
TempestEP reclaiming that point now, and vNak's Vayne going to move into this point down here to try and get a neutral, if not cap for it, but nothing left to lose is right there. I don't think that's quite a good engagement for Vayne to get involved in. I think Ashe would be the victor there. We have Halfhearted hanging out in the bushes here, going to wait for his teammates. Most likely going to be kind of cautious here, looking for a good opening, and going to find one, but also going to find the rest of the team right there. and trying to put down inFe, but instead gets wrapped up in a world of hurt. We got the Lulu ultimate going down, the Maokai ultimate going down. That's exactly where they need to engage inside of that. We got a Randuin's Omen as well, and Kayle getting chased a good distance, and finally going to get taken down, but vNak, a lot of damage getting put on. ForgedLife going to go down next, and is Wawix going to escape? And maybe hitting the speed shrine, they're going right back to that point, but they're looking like they're going to be dive bait right now with Warwick and Jax over here, especially Warwick with the Storm Shield, but they're going to turn right. They're just going to hang around in the middle, and we got ForgedLife heading down to nothing left to lose, but TempestEP is going to initiate on that, and we got the Rune Prison going down as well, but Tempest is going to get jumped on by Painkillar, a lot of damage going out on him, and nothing left to lose, just going to kind of fire her arrows and chase ForgedLife to that point.
Yeah, and it looks like he will go in for the rest of the damage that he can possibly do. I think that's a good play on his part. He will go down in the process. I think he would have died regardless. So a great job there, getting off any extra damage that he can. Blueberry jumping into that brush is going to save himself, while Kayle, in the meantime, uses her Reckoning, I believe it's called. Yeah, Reckoning to pick up that kill. Pat on the back there for Phrank, but Halfhearted is rushing to this top point, is going to try to cap that butt with only 12 HP points, and this bottom, actually, the bottom point is not captured, so this will be a neutral point. No, they will recapture it, just barely with the minions' help, and is that going to be enough to end this game? We're going down to 3-1, and is it going to be neutralized? No, it's not. 0 points now, and down goes the Nexus. So it looks like PECS is going to be your third place victors.
Coming in the 4th place position.